All right, we here, man. Urban AI strategic thinking media platform. We're gonna jump right into this one, man. I want to start off by saying this. Complex lists are usually garbage. All right. Let me not say that. Complex trolls a lot, or they don't troll a lot with their lists, but they usually make lists to cause talk and to create conversation. All right. That's usually that's usually what complex do with their list. They trying to get people talking, they trying to go viral, they trying to create conversation, right? This list, I think, is surprisingly very accurate. This list is very accurate. Especially towards the top. All right. Now we not gonna go over every spot. I think it's what? It is 25. We gonna touch on a few of them. We not gonna go over all 25. Um, cause some of these people, y'all, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know some of these people, so I don't want to judge them. Um, I don't want to talk about their spot or criticize them or anything because I don't know them. I don't watch their content. I'm not familiar with it. Some of them I haven't watched their content in a while. But when we get to like the top 15-ish around that point, then we're gonna really start breaking it down. So I don't know how long this is gonna take. Hopefully not long because I don't have a lot of time. But I want to talk about this. This is something that I definitely wanted to talk about earlier. I wanted to talk about it as soon as I seen the list. Um, but we're gonna get into it now. So even starting at 25. See, this is somebody I want to talk about. This dude here is the dude from On the Radar. I want to say this about Gabe P at number 25 for the 2024 Hip Hop Media Complex Power Ranking. On the Radar has been having some of the best freestyles. Some of the best freestyles is on the Radar. From Saha to Prince to what's my man name? Young Moose. I know a lot of people not familiar with him. I got some Young Moose content coming up. If you're not familiar with Young Moose, you will be. I'm gonna do a video about him tomorrow. Just look up Young Moose, man. Look up Young Moose. His freestyle was off the chain. Bass swag, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people that I ain't even named, that I can't even remember. Let me see if they talk about it. They probably have the information. That's the fucking point. Drake and Central C. Crazy. Cash Cobain. I haven't seen Caribou's, but for whatever reason, people snap when they get on this platform. I don't know if he's picking these beats. I don't know if it's the quality or what, but this dude Gabe Gabe P. I don't even know who this nigga is, but I'm familiar with On the Radar, man. It's fire. A lot of some of my most played freestyles are On the Radar, and it's kind of like they popped out of nowhere. For me, it started with the Drake and Central C. It started with the Drake and Central C joint that was off the chain. They killed that. Then Saha killed it. Then Young Moose killed it. Then Bass Swag, and it's more people. It's more people. Cash Cobain killed it. More people than that. Everybody who, let me not say everybody, the majority of the people who get on this On the Radar freestyles, they be going in. So, like I said, I don't know if he picking these beats or what, but they definitely got something going on here, and he definitely deserves to be on this list, man. He has a fire platform. On the Radar is off the chain. So it said he was interning at 105.1 and learning under Angie Martinez. Okay. So one of the GOATs was his, mentor. So that makes sense. Angie Martinez, obviously, she on this list as well. But salute to him. Like this dude, I don't know who this is, man. But salute to him, though, for being number 24. Arshawn Jawad, salute to you. Not sure who you are or what you do, but keep doing it because you won't hear. Jason Lee, not a huge fan of Hollywood Unlocked. That's really not my bag, but he's very important, y'all. He's very important to the ecosystem of internet news and gossip, man. He's a pioneer for internet blogs. Let's see what they say about him, because this dude is very important. Whether you consume his content or not, he helped shape even what I'm doing right now. Like I said, I don't listen to his content, but he's a pioneer of the shit that I'm doing right now. So we got to learn and we got to salute him. He's very well connected. I remember, I know he was rocking with Kanye heavy at one time. And it says that he was a go-to source for his audience on all things Kendrick and Drake. I was locked in on Joe Budden, Rory Amal, and DJ Academics during Kendrick and Drake, and we gonna get to all three of those in a few. I'm saving those for last because you already know them boys at the top of the list. No diss to Jason Lee, but I'm gonna go back and listen to his Kendrick and Drake content. I didn't know he was covering that. I gotta go check that out, man. Salute to Jason Lee, man. Number 22 is Adam 22. Okay. What is Adam 22 known for, y'all? It says Adam 22, he's on No Jumper. That's his platform, obviously. He's known for creating controversy on and off the air and conducting raw interviews with rappers. It says his most memorable moments in the past year was the Kodak Black interview and the Fulio interview. Cool. You know what? And I'm going to be real, and I'm going to stop right here, and I'm going to just say something about Adam real quick. I did not have a whole lot of issues with Adam 22, not like everybody else. He let the guy fuck his wife. That don't bother me. That's his business. He interviews a lot of gay people. That's cool too. That's his business, man. But recently, he did do something that kind of grinded my gears. Pause. Recently, he had an interview with Pop Smoke's Killer. And when I seen him do the interview with Pop Smoke's Killer, the first thing I thought, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. But you know what? I'm the type of person, when I seen it, Adam 22 interviews Pop Smoke's Killer, I was thinking, you know what? Let me watch the interview first. There could be something here that I don't know about. Maybe this dude, and I done forgot the nigga name. Let me see if they talk about it in this before I give y'all my opinion on it. See, we talking about I don't even know if they talked about that. Yes, they did. On occasions, he'll return to a rap, provide a platform for rappers with a strong fan base, but little mainstream exposure, like Lil Reese or Kodak Black. But Adam appears more interested in darker, controversial content. Recently interviewed one of the culprits in a robbery that left Pop Smoke dead, a move that even earned disgust of DJ Academics. Adam was baffled by the criticism. No, he wasn't. He wasn't baffled. He wanted the criticism. He wanted the attention. And honestly, that interview ain't even get as much attention as he thought. It didn't. People kind of talked about it for a couple of days, then they stopped. And I'm gonna tell y'all why I think that happened. Adam was baffled by the criticism, pointing out that he has figures from the underworld on his shows all the time. It's a response that doesn't even try to reckon with the fact that he platformed a previously unknown person who had a role in the death of a beloved rapper. Right. So he put Pop Smoke's Killer on. He had an interview with Pop Smoke's Killer. All right. Again, actually, hold on, y'all. Let's see how much. Let's see how many views that has. Let's see how many views that has. I'm just wondering. That Charlemagne God interview with LL Cool J is fire. It's fire. Whether you like LL Cool J or not, that's off the chain. We're gonna speak on that a little bit too. LL Cool J is one of the first rappers that I ever heard. So That was interesting to me. But even if you're not a fan of LL Cool J, you should still watch that interview because it's a lot of hip hop. It's a lot of deep hip hop knowledge there, and he talked about his beef with Jay-Z, which it was a supposed beef. Let me ask. I don't know if that was a real thing. The way LL Cool J talked about it, it was, but that was something that was never spoken about. So salute to Charlamagne the God. Obviously, he on the list. Obviously, he higher at the top. We're gonna get to that. Where is he got Blazing Doll back. Cool. Where the shit at with Pop Smoke? See, I don't even see it. Okay, there you go. Blockstar on the murder of Pop Smoke. That's his name. So yeah, let me say this dude's name. His name is Blockstar. I don't want to just call him Pop Smoke's killer. Is this the whole interview? Yes, this is the whole interview. 8 days ago, it got 617,000 views. All right, I just wanted to check the numbers. Was this the prostitute? Yep. All right, I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch that later. All right, but anyway, 8 days ago, 617,000 views. I'm pretty sure Adam thought this would get 1 million views in a week. Not many people care. Not many people care about this dude. Not many people care about what he has to say. And I'm gonna be real, y'all. I watched the interview, man. Watching the interview, this dude, he a kid. He's a kid, man. He's young, and I can tell he's remorseful for what he did, but you can tell he's at the age and he's at the point in his life where he still thinks being tough is cool. So he kind of apologized a little bit, but he kind of didn't. He kind of still wanted to seem, you know what I'm saying, tough and, you know, he kind of still wanted to seem tough and, you know, like he didn't care, but he did express a little remorse for it, which I was glad to see that. I watched the whole interview, but like I said, y'all, I'm gonna be real, it was hard to get through. It was a boring interview. He doesn't really, he's not a rapper. He doesn't really have anything going on. And I'm not saying that to be mean to him. He's a kid. Like when I was his age, I didn't have nothing going on either. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And maybe he does, or he just didn't want to say it, but he was just acting too cool for me. Adam was asking him questions about his upbringing and his childhood, but he was just asking those questions to kind of not seem like he was there just to talk about the Pop Smoke incident. And it was obvious that he was. That's really all people cared about. He really didn't say anything else besides he's just a gangbanger and he was on the scene when Pop Smoke was murdered. Now, Adam just came out and said it and was like, they said you were the trigger man. Is that true? He said no comment, but I've heard that as well. I heard that dude Blockstar on Twitter, on Reddit, multiple people have said he is the one who actually pulled the trigger that killed Pop Smoke. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just a crazy question to be asking. And I'm guessing he's out. I don't know if he's on probation. He was saying that he doesn't care about clout and he doesn't care about attention, but he's there doing the interview. And he also had a video where he cut off his ankle bracelet. And it's like, bro, that's clout. That's attention. If you want to cut your ankle bracelet off, why you record it and post it? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. He's a young kid. You feel me? It really wasn't an entertaining interview at all. It was boring up until the part where he was talking about Pop Smoke. That's what everybody was anticipating hearing about. And he didn't even say a lot during that. But I do want to give him credit when Adam, and I'm going to move past Adam 22 in a minute. When Adam 22 asked him, hey, are you sorry about what happened? He said, I'm not sorry, but I feel horrible about what happened. And he said, when Adam asked him, was there a bag on, he basically was like, was it a bag on Pop Smoke head? Did somebody send you out to kill Pop Smoke? He said no. He said it was a robbery. He said it was a robbery, right? That it was a robbery. The guy with Adam asked him, how did Pop Smoke end up there if it's just a robbery? He said it was just too much going on. It was just too much going on. Adam and the other dude was kind of trying to probe deeper. If you know, and I'm going to just have an honest moment here. When it comes to armed robberies, I've unfortunately been on both sides of the gun. And that's part of my life. So, and I can relate. What he basically was saying is Pop Smoke was probably moving too much. When he went to rob Pop Smoke was probably moving around, or other people was probably moving around. Pop Smoke didn't give up what they wanted. So it ended up with him having to shoot Pop Smoke. I know exactly what he meant when he said it was just too much going on. That meant Pop Smoke was either moving too much or somebody with him, the female, was trying to do too much. He just didn't give up the stuff that was asked. That's what the dude Blockstar was saying. That's what he meant. But I do like the fact that he said he wished that it wouldn't have happened. He said that he wished that he could have just robbed Pop Smoke and left. That's basically what he was saying, that he wished it could have just been a robbery. Now, I ain't trying to make a deep dive on that, but interviews like that, and it say last year Adam was 19. Interviews like that are going to keep making Adam drop down, because that interview really didn't have any substance. It was really pointless, and I'm pretty sure it's underperforming. All right. Number 21, Van Lathan. This is cool. I feel like I don't know. I kind of feel like he should be higher for his, or a lower number, closer to number 1 for his things in the past, but I'm not 100% familiar with his new content and with his new platform. I have to look into it, but the things I know about Van Lathan, he has great interviews and he's very knowledgeable about hip hop. I got to check out. I got to get more in tune with his platform. Number 20, Trap Lil Ross. I don't know how to feel about this. I like Trap Lil Ross as he's very entertaining. All right. Known for true crime documentaries. Let's see what they say about him. Let's see what they say. Hip hop is officially in its true crime era. Topics and details that were once whispers on Reddit threads and forums have now become big business. No one cashed out like Trap Lil Ross, one of the most diverse figures in hip hop media. How will you describe Ross? He does investigative work, but he's not really a journalist. Good reporters don't try to solve a crime, but instead ensure all mechanisms are in place for a crime to be solved. I don't like the way that was worded. Trap Lil Ross regularly blurs this line. Exactly. It's hard not to blur that line. Publishing long, morally questionable documentaries, that's a fact, center around alleged criminal activity from figures like King Von, G Herbo, NBA Youngboy, and more. Trap Lil Ross is cool to me. He's okay, but he is one of the people who call, and he's British. He's not an American. So he talks about Americans all the time. And he's not American, but he's an expert on American culture, which that's cool. Everybody copies Americans, or specifically Black Americans. Everybody copies Black Americans, which is fine. That's nothing new. But he goes very deep sometimes. And I want to speak on his last documentary. All right, let's look at it real quick. And we're gonna get deeper into the list. I'm gonna move quickly, but let's look at his last video. Now, this is what I have an issue with. I never had an issue with Trap Lil Ross before. You see, he got 1.21 million subscribers. He's a hip hop historian. I know he has a very deep knowledge about hip hop, and I believe that he is a hip hop historian. But this video here, the disturbing death of Jay-Z's mistress, I don't like this. I don't like stuff like this. I don't like stuff like this, man. I watched this, and it's basically it's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Clickbaitish. It's not a whole lot of facts in this, y'all. There are facts in this. Don't get me wrong. But it's not really a lot of things that links Jay-Z to this woman and links him to her death. This is just basically a video about a woman that people said was sleeping with Jay-Z. It was a rumor. There were maybe 2 sources who said this, and Trap Lil Ross is basically telling the story as if those sources are 100% correct. Now, he says that he cites the sources. I'm gonna let y'all watch it. If y'all want to watch it, y'all can. But see, even having Diddy face right here, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Diddy doesn't really have much to do with this. Trying to basically make it seem like Jay-Z had something to do with this lady's passing. There's also a song about Beyonce, and Trap Lil Ross says that she could be talking about the girl who passed away. It's kind of like he's reaching to make it spooky and scary. It's like he's trying to combine hip hop with a horror movie. And for younger people who don't really know, who wasn't really there during the height of Jay-Z's career, it may sound intriguing at that point. But for people who was around, I mean, Jay-Z wasn't going around like hiring assassins to kill people. I don't think he was. I don't think he was at all. It's I don't know, man. Nothing against Trap Lil Ross, but when I heard people talk not bad about him, but when I heard people give his content negative reviews, I didn't really see it. And maybe because I wasn't familiar with his content, but this video on the screen, and it's not just because I'm a big Jay-Z fan. If he was talking about anybody like this, y'all got to watch it. I would encourage y'all to watch it. It's not a whole lot of facts here. And it's a lot of reaching. And then it's like nothing really links this lady that he's talking about, this quote unquote Jay-Z's mistress. It's really not a lot that links her to Jay-Z. It's a couple, they have mutual friends, and it's a couple of pictures of them standing in a group together in a club. And like their whole relationship is centered around those couple of pictures. It's nothing else. And they have a couple mutual friends. And it's like the whole foundation of their relationship is centered around the 2 pictures, which I don't know. I don't buy that, but it's interesting. And he makes interesting content, man. So salute to Trap Lil Ross. I just wanted to touch on that real quick. I was actually going to make some content about that video, but I'm not going to make content hating on his video. It's just when people were saying certain things about Trap Lil Ross, I didn't see it until that video. Now it's like, okay, I see where this is coming from. So let's keep it moving. Nadeska Alexis, all right? We gonna see. I said it a while ago. Everyday Struggle was going to dethrone Breakfast Club. Everyday Struggle was going to be a better, more up-to-date Breakfast Club on steroids. And if I said that years and years ago, I said that when the show first ended. And if you look now, all 3 of them is on this list. All 3. Excuse me, all three of y'all, all three of them is on this list. DJ Academics, Joe, obviously DJ Academics and Joe Budden are at the top. Nadeska is here at 19. Last year she was 20. So she's moving up. Everyday Struggle was going to be one of the best. Everyday Struggle was going to be the best hip hop show of all time. It was going to be the greatest hip hop show of all time. It had information, it had comedy, it had serious talks. They talked about business, they talked about financial stuff, they talked about hip hop stuff, they talked about bars, they talked about everything that you could think of. And Everyday Struggle would not have worked without all three of them. All three of them brought something different to that show. Unfortunately, it ended extremely prematurely. But when I look back on it now, all three of these are stars. Nadeska is a star. Joe Budden is a star. DJ Academics is a star. Obviously, Joe Budden and DJ Academics have been stars in the hip hop world for a minute. Nadeska is too, for sure. She has a great platform. The Nadeska Show, Rap Life Review. I don't watch it as much as I probably should. It's probably better than I think, but the shows that I checked out are great. Let's look at her memorable moments. Cause she was crazy. She was incredible on Everyday Struggle. Who the fuck is this? She was great on Everyday Struggle. She did exactly what she was supposed to do. Anybody who has a show with like a moderator, go if you have a show with a moderator, or if you're a moderator on a show, go watch Nadeska on Everyday Struggle. Go back and watch the old episodes of Everyday Struggle and watch how she moderated. The best moderator I think that I've ever seen on any show. Period, pretty much. Period. Great. It was a great show, and I missed that show, man. I watched that show every single day. Every single episode, I did not miss that show. One of the greatest hip-hop shows of all time. Her most memorable moments in the past year: Forbes interview and Schoolboy Q. I gotta watch that Schoolboy Q interview. I did watch the Forbes interview. That's a great interview. And if you watch my platform, you know I don't watch rapper interviews like that. But with people like her asking questions, I watch them. I'll watch her interviews, man. I'm a fan of her. Once Everyday Struggle ended, I became a fan of all of them. Next, Sway. We know about Sway. Don't got to say too much about him. He did do the Will Smith and Martin Lawrence interview. That Mexican OT interview and freestyle, I got to look that up. He had a couple other good freestyles this year. He had some good freestyles on his show, man. He has good freestyle sessions as well, all right? Angela Yee, number 17. Last year, she was ranked 14. I don't know how she dropped. Angela Yee has went viral multiple times. She continues to go viral. I think a lot of people thought after the Breakfast Club she was going to fall off. She's been going viral a lot. Not a lot, but she did have a fire Offset interview. She did. I don't remember the Cardi B interview. When she left the Breakfast Club after 12 years, wow. That's crazy. And she's still doing good. She's still one of the top people in the profession. Yeah, her and Mano have been going. Mano went viral on her platform multiple times. Who was that? That might have been like Jim Jones went. I don't know if that was this year or last year. Jim Jones went viral on her platform. She got a good Cash Cobain interview, and I know I said I don't watch rapper interviews, but I'm here naming a bunch of rapper interviews that I watch. This is what I meant to say. When rappers are talking about music, I watch their interviews. Nadeska, who I just talked about before, and Angela Yee, they ask questions about music. Like they're not trying to fish for viral moments. That's why I watch their interviews. When Angela Yee interview pop up on my screen, if it's a person like Cash Cobain, a guy I'm interested in his music, I did a whole video about Sexy Drill. Go check it out on the page. When interviewers like that pop up on my feed, I listen because I already know Angela Yee, she gonna talk about the little, spicy stuff, the gossipy stuff, whatever, the sex stuff, that's cool. But she's gonna talk about music too. You know what I'm saying? She's very well versed in music. I remember one time she was I think it was Choke No Joke or something up there, but she was telling how she was like in the tunnel as a teenager, a legendary nightclub. And I was just like, damn, I was just fascinated with the story. They were talking about the tunnel, and it was just a fascinating story, like how she was describing what they were doing in there. She was probably doing some bullshit if she was too young to be in there, being a badass kid. But that was a great story. So she's very knowledgeable about hip hop. She knows about music, and once she left Breakfast Club, I stopped watching. I ain't even gonna flex. I stopped watching. It wasn't like she was like a third mic that they didn't need. Like I stopped. And salute to Jess Hilarious too. Jess Hilarious replaced her. Jess Hilarious is cool, but I don't know. It ain't the Breakfast Club without Angela Yee. She's 17. She need to be higher. I'm a big fan of her. Big boy, all right. Ty Dolla $ign interview. He did do the DJ Mustard interview, dancing on stage with Kendrick Lamar at the Pop-Out Show. Wow. I'm not even going to get into that, y'all. I'm not even going to get into that. Salute the big boy. He's had some viral moments too, man. And he looks way healthier, man. He looks healthier and healthier every time I see him. I don't know what's going on with him, but whatever he's doing is working. He's a legend in the game. And for a long time, I didn't even know he was from California. I just figured that out like a couple of years ago. I would see his clips because I didn't see a bias from him, but comedic timing and energetic interviews in LA. He is very funny. He's very funny too. He tells a lot of jokes. You can tell that his hosts are very relaxed. So salute the big boy. I said I wasn't gonna go through everyone. I'm going through everyone, but real quickly, Angie Martinez, another legend. Not a whole lot to say about her. Her Glorilla interview was cool. I seen clips of that. I seen clips of her Jeezy interview. She a legend in the game, man. She a legend. Angie Martinez. Bootleg Kev. Bootleg Kev is cool. This is the interview where ESTG walked out. Hog hunting with that Mexican OT. I didn't see that. NBA Youngboy interview. I did see that. Bootleg Kev is the one where damn, I wish I had more time. I would look that up. Where what's my man name? Big Boogie, is that his name? Big Boogie or whatever. Where he said he got $1 million on a scholarship to like play the drums or something. Like, and it's like, bro, you know colleges don't pay you to come, like, like a scholarship is your education getting paid for. You know what I'm saying? They're not giving you know what I'm saying? A scholarship is not the college giving you money. I don't know. It was so funny. And I'm not saying Big Boogie was lying or anything. Maybe he had a brain fart. I don't know. But that was a funny ass moment. I don't think that was this year, but that's kind of when I start watching Bootleg Kev. After that Big Boogie interview where he was like, a college paid me $1 million to come play in the band. And Bootleg Kev, you could tell Bootleg Kev, he tried not to blow him up. He tried not to be like, nigga, you lying. But he's like, you sure? You sure? And he's like, yeah, $1 million or some type of crazy amount of number, a crazy number. But it just seemed like, and I don't know, Big Boogie could be a drum major. He could be academically smart. I don't know. But it kind of seemed like he didn't know what scholarship was, or like he didn't even know how the collegiate process works, because you don't get the money on a scholarship. Or you get some of it, I guess, if they overpay or however that works. But colleges don't pay you money to directly come to them and learn. Now, with the NIL in sports, that's different, but it was just a viral moment. It was funny as hell, though. That was one of the funniest videos of that year. Let me see if they talk about it. They're probably not going to talk about that. That might have been last year. Oh, yes. And no. This that happened too, but yeah, ESTG walked out because and I'm going to talk about that real quick too. I forgot that happened. He stormed out because Bootleg Kev asked him about his football career. Bro, ESTG, you can't get mad at that, bro. That had went viral. Like you being a good football, like I'm gonna just say this: when somebody asks you a question like that and you get offended, that kind of lets people know there's some truth to it. Because everybody was like, "How are you just this great?" And and he wasn't an NFL prospect, y'all. Let me say that, number one. A lot of people say he was gonna go to the NFL. He wasn't an NFL prospect. He was like a 4-star high school. He was like a 4. I think it was high school, or was it college? I think it was high school. I think he did play in college, his college football career, but he wasn't. It wasn't like he was like It wasn't like he was about to get drafted or nothing, but he was a good high school and I think college football player. But when you get offensive by questions like that, cause all Bootleg Kev said, he was like, I was surprised when I seen your football highlights. Even if he was trying to be slick with that, it's a way to handle that. Because bro, you were good at football. We get it. You're a gangster now. You're a rapper now. You're a thug now. But you were good at football, bro. You can't storm out like that. That make you look guilty, like you're trying to hide your past. Number 13, my niggas. This is one of my favorite podcasts, man. Rory and Mal. Now, they were not ranked last year, and this is one of the rankings that I'm gonna stay on for a little bit, and I'm gonna talk about. Let's read it first. Let's read what they say first. Lively hip hop debates and conversations. Most memorable moments in the past year, hinting at the release of Drake's push-ups. They did call that the viral OVO Mal moments. Rory and Mal earned their spot on this year's list, thanks in large part to their in-depth coverage of the Drake and Kendrick feud. Besides DJ Academics, they covered this feud better than anybody else. And the only reason I would say DJ Academics covered it better is because DJ Academics can just stream and go live whenever he wants. He doesn't have a set time like they do. They have a podcast that is, it's a traditional podcast. DJ Academics was streaming in the middle of the night about Drake and Kendrick shit. It was insane, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But besides DJ Academics, this was the top place to go for Kendrick and Drake. And you had, obviously, Mal was rocking with Drake. And I'm not going to say Rory was rocking with Kendrick, but he kind of was. So it created a great dynamic. Damaris, she was kind of on Kendrick's side too a little bit. What's the other nigga name? I forgot that. I always forget his name. But Damaris, that other dude, Rory and Mal. This is a great podcast. This is probably my favorite podcast right now. Their coverage of the Drake and Kendrick beef was off the chain. Every episode was funny. Mal going crazy, screaming. And look, man, y'all gotta make y'all minds up. First Mal was too cool. Remember everybody, he's too cool, he's too laid back. Then when something, and see, I like that. I like the fact that real hip hop shit brings that emotion out of him. That's kind of how I am. I'm a real laid back person. But when things that I'm passionate about, when I'm speaking about things that I'm passionate about, it's like I'm another person. It's like I changed it to a different person. And we've seen that from Mal. That's how you know somebody is a real hip hop dude, man. He's really from that. We know his past. We know who his brother is. So who both his brothers are. So it's no confusing there. But man, they let me just finish reading. They covered that shit so perfectly. Every music podcaster and streamer was looking for an angle to tap into the rap war content goldmine, and Rory and Mal, along with fellow co-hosts Damaris and Julian. That's the nigga I'm talking about. He cool dude, man. He adds a lot to that show. Managed to use their inside OVO info to forecast what would happen next rather than just report on what was happening at the moment. Yes, they was calling a lot of things that was happening. They wasn't giving too much information, but they was spot on with a lot of stuff. The former Joe Budden podcast members hinted at Drake's push-ups before it came out, and they became reliable sources for new information while still delivering insightful commentary throughout the battle. That's exactly what they was doing. They was giving their opinion, but because of Maul's relationship with Drake, they was releasing stuff that was actually going to happen. Like Drake was telling Maul things that was actually going to happen. So that was great to be a part of. That was great to witness, man. It was a lot of fun. Like I wanted the battle to keep going because it took this show to another level. It took this show to another level. Although he got roasted on it for lying, even Maul's bias towards Drake and OVO add a layer of lighthearted color to the content they were putting out. And now that the beef has cooled, they're riding the momentum into their regular commentary. Now that's a fact. And their shows have been better after the Drake and Kendrick beef. Their shows are more energetic. They're more lit. They're more, I don't know, man. And I didn't know where the show was going to go after the Joe Budden podcast. I knew I was going to support it because the original Joe Budden podcast with Rory and Mal, I've said this many times, was the greatest podcast that I've ever listened to. It was going to be the greatest hip hop podcast of all time. Not to get confused with how I just said Everyday Struggle was going to be the greatest hip hop show of all time. Two different things. A podcast and a show is two different things. Rory and Mal was going to, Joe Budden with Rory and Mal was going to be the greatest hip hop podcast of all time. So when they broke up, I knew I was going to follow Joe Budden too. He kind of got a little bit off track with the people who he brought in, specifically Melissa Ford and Queen's Flip. I kind of still don't know how they fit. The podcast is not bad, but I feel like in the long run, of course, he has more viewers and more, subscribers or whatever. But I feel in the long run, the Rory and Mal podcast will be more, I'm not going to say better, it will be more like the original Joe Budden podcast than the actual Joe Budden podcast. When you talk about hip hop, when you talk about just the rapper, the music talk, I think they should be higher on this list. I think they should definitely be in the top 10. I will almost say the top 7. Maybe that's because I'm just a fan of theirs, but I'm glad they're on the list. And you see last year ranking NA, so they weren't ranked at all last year. Now they 13. They lit, man. It's up from here. It's up from here. I'm pretty sure they will be in the top 10 next year. I know they will. Salute to them boys. Lil Yachty and Mitch. I don't know a lot about this. I don't know a lot about this. It's not a whole lot I can tell y'all. They had a J. Cole interview, Lucky interview, Yachty teasing all the dogs. See, that was cool that he teased that. I don't know a lot about this, but salute to all the rappers getting into the podcast and the media space, because it's good to have rappers in the media space, in my opinion. All right, I can't say too much about them. I don't know about that platform. Nori, why is not Drink Champ? Why is DJ FNN not here? We know about Drink Champs, man. Last year they was 5. What are their most memorable moments? Benzino interview. That was funny. Man, that was funny. That alone probably got Nori, but I don't like how it's just Nori by himself. Why is DJ EFN not on here? That's weird. But salute to DJ EFN too, man. This is Drink Champs. I don't be seeing Nori just by himself. It be Drink Champs, man. Salute to them. Number 10, Nardwuar. Y'all know about him. I'm not a huge fan of his interviews. They're okay. They're just, his knowledge is great. He has great questions. He has a lot of knowledge, but the awkwardness and the freezing, I don't know. I've just never been a fan of that. That's his style, though. So, Gillian Wallow, number 9. $1 million worth of game. Last year, they was 4. Wow. They still lit to me. I think NBA Youngboy interview was a memorable moment. Cardi B interview was memorable. I like that Cardi B interview. That Cardi B interview was cool. The setting was cool. That was dope. Now, they got a lot of backlash for interviewing, not Backlash, but people thought it was weird that they interviewed Jada Waiter and another like Instagram model girl. That's what you got to do, man. That's what's getting the likes. That's what's getting the views. Interviewing people like that. That's what you got to do, man. So salute to them, man. Keep interviewing whoever y'all want. Anthony Fontano, I don't know too much about him. I know he reviews music. I gotta watch his review of Gunna 1 of 1. I did not see that. I think I seen the Vultures review or some clips of it, but I gotta watch the review of Gunna's 101. I wonder what he gave it. But I don't know a lot about him. I just know he reviewed music. So salute to him. Ebro, cool. He been on here for years. He did have a good Gunna interview. Sparking the Drake has no regional sound debate. When was that? I don't have time to look at that, but I'm gonna go back to that. I feel like people have been saying that for a long time. DJ Vlad, number 6. This nigga look weird. Let me stop. He just got a big ass head. Let me look at most memorable moments in the past year, potentially helping the police solve Tupac's murder. That is a crazy memorable moment, bro. That is a crazy memorable moment. Potentially helping the police solve Tupac's murder. Did they need your help, Vlad? But they kind of got a point. Keefe D, that's a point. Elliott Wilson 5, another legend. He been in it a long time. He had a good debate with Joe Budden on the Joe Budden podcast, man. So salute to him for that. Drake called him a rat, all that stuff. All right, this is kind of where I'm probably gonna stay for about 15 more minutes. This is kind of where I want to get to it, man. The top 3 or the top 4, Charlemagne, Casanat. I'm not gonna put Casanat in this. He's new, or he's not new, but he's not really. He's different. He's a streamer. All right, he's on Twitch, and he did have a really good Nicki Minaj interview. Reviewing diss songs from his reactions from Kendrick and Drake was cool, and his beef with Kanye was very funny. And it was all over like Kanye be acting like a little bitch sometimes, man. It was all over. I guess Kanye sent him some stuff and the stuff didn't fit. And when he said it didn't fit, Kanye had a little bitch fit or whatever. But he's gonna be here to stay. So we're gonna have plenty of time to talk about him. He's new. He's a newcomer. Last year, obviously, he was 6, so he's not that new. He got 12 million Twitch, 6.21 million YouTube subscribers. And I don't mean to call him new by saying he a little nigga or whatever. He's huge. People love him. He started a riot, all that good stuff. But he's really not. It's really these 3 that Charlemagne the God, Joe Budden 2, and DJ Academic say number 1. These are the 3 that I really want to spend the last 10 or so minutes on. This fight at the top is about to get real. Listen, y'all. This complex list right here is going to be taken very seriously. All right, and I'm telling you this. I don't care what Charlemagne say. I don't care what Joe Budden say. I don't care what DJ Academics say. These 3 guys, all right, DJ Academics, Joe Budden, Charlemagne the God, they all want to be number 1 on this list. They all want to be number 1 on this list. This list matters to them. This list matters to them. Charlemagne the God was featured on number 1 Metro Boomin. I gotta hear that. I'm definitely gonna hear that. Let's see, what was Joe Budden's breaking down in Kendrick? Yes. Interview with Larry Jackson was fire. Great interview with Larry Jackson. I still have content to make about that interview. Joe Budden is good at what he does, man. He's good at what he does, even though his podcast is not, the quality ain't there like it used to be. And I'm always say that because I feel like losing Rory and Ma was a fuck up. And I'm not gonna say it was a fuck up, but the quality ain't there. But Joe Budden still asks great questions. He still has quality people that he interviews. All right. And number one, academics being the most dominant media voice in Kendrick Lamar versus Drake beef, becoming a meme. And y'all know DJ Academics is at the beginning of push-ups where he says, who you smoking in your top 5, Kendrick, or whatever. He's at the beginning of push-ups. And Kendrick references him in, what is it, Euphoria? Is it Euphoria or 616 in LA? But he's in songs on both sides. He's in songs on both sides. I wish they would say which one it was. He's had beefs with Freddie Gibbs, Meek Mill, Lil Baby, Glorilla, and Megan Thee Stallion. All these have been legendary beefs. Now, Lil Baby and Glorilla really didn't give him, like, they really didn't go back and forth. They went back and forth a couple times and it ended. But the Freddie Gibbs beef, DJ Academics and Freddie Gibbs, and I like both of these dudes. Even the beef with him and Rory Amal. I don't like when two people that I'm a fan of beef, and I watch Rory Amal consistently. I watch DJ Academics consistently. I hate it when they beef. When I'm a fan of Freddie Gibbs. I listen to Freddie Gibbs music. Freddie Gibbs had one of the best verses this year on the Kanye and the Ty Dolla $ign Vultures. Back to Me. Freddie Gibbs' verse on Back to Me is one of the best verses of the year. I want to say that now. But I hate it when they beefed, but that shit was so funny. Like, it was hilarious, man. They both are super entertaining. They're super entertaining. But I say that to say DJ Academics is everywhere, man. The flexibility that he has to stream any type of way at any time. He can stream about anything. It don't even have to be nothing going on. He can jump on stream and talk about it, man. He is the number one for a reason. He's the number one guy for a reason. He's the top voice in hip hop right now. Last year he was 2. He on YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, Spotify, and Instagram going crazy. 5 million on IG, 1.6 million on X. He had the inside information from Drake. He gets during the Kendrick beef, he gets inside information from notable rappers live streaming the biggest moments in hip hop. He's live streaming right now. I'm gonna watch it soon as I get off of this. But yeah, man, these 3 right here, DJ Academics, Joe Budden, and Charlamagne the God. I want to do some content about all 3 of them because these 3 dudes are going to continue to fight for that number 1 spot. Don't let them and I know Charlamagne is going to downplay it. This complex list. But he wants to be number 1 on this list. He wants to be number 1 on this list. He was 3 last year. He's 4 this year. Casanat took his spot. Joe Budden was 1 last year. He's 2 this year. DJ Academics was 2 last year. He's 1 this year. The Kendrick and Drake beef did so much for hip hop media. This is why I didn't want that shit to end. People who would say, "Oh, is this gonna be over?" I just want this to end. Y'all are crazy. I did not. I wish Kendrick and Drake dropped This Is Tonight. It would be lit. I would love that. You know what I'm saying? But these 3 guys, man, DJ Academics, Joe Budden, Charlamagne the God, they all want the spot. They all want that number 1 spot. They are going to make great content, not just for this number 1 spot, but because this complex list matters so much now. This is a thing, y'all, from here on. I think last year it was when it really became a thing. This list is a thing. Like I said, all the other complex lists, booty, but their music rankings aren't good. They're clickbaitish and they're used to cause conversations. And sometimes I feel like them lists be wrong intentionally. But this one here, this right here, this list is lit and it's accurate. It's accurate, especially once you get around the top 15. It's accurate. Okay, I thought Rory and Mal should have been a little bit higher, but maybe I'm just a personal fan of them. Either way, this list is lit. This list is off the chain, and the fact that if nobody cared about this list, y'all, it would be different. It would be different. Joe Budden beefing with Drake, that helped his platform. Joe Budden, and I made videos about that too. Go check out my other content. Joe Budden wanting to become a nemesis of Drake. That's why he's 2 on this list. That's why he's still at the top. Let me not say that's why he's 2, because he was 1 last time. So I'm not saying that like, oh, he dropped. I'm saying that is what kept him in the top 2. Think about where he would be if it wasn't no Drake and Kendrick beef. Where would DJ Academics be if it wasn't no Drake and Kendrick beef? They'd probably still be in the top 7. I don't know if they would be 1 or 2 though. But I'm about to wrap this up, man. I really want to do some more content about this list, specifically about these 3 dudes, man. I might have to do a part 2 of this, man. Academics, Joe Budden, Charlamagne the God, they're battling it out for the top spot, man. They all want that number 1 spot. They all want that number 1 spot. Brilliant Idiots is a great podcast with Charlamagne the God and Andrew Schultz. Check out Charlamagne the God's new interview with LL Cool J. From what I heard, it was I listened to about maybe 30 minutes, and it's good. It's a great interview. It's a great interview so far, man. So salute to everybody on the list, man. But I'm telling y'all, my dogs Rory and Mal coming too. My dogs Rory and Mal. Hey, I want them to be in the top 5 with Joe. I want them to be in the top 5 with Joe, and I think they can, man. But Urban Artificial Intelligence Strategic Thinking Media Platform, not here as long as I want it to be. I could talk about this list all day. It's really that good. It's a lot of information here. It's a lot of personalities here. It's a lot of media legends here. And I'm just glad to be able to make content at a time like this where I can look up to people like this and kind of follow in their footsteps, man. It makes what I do easier. Because of course, one day I want to make money and not necessarily be famous, but I want to make money and get revenue from this, but I just like doing it. It's fun for me. So Urban Artificial Intelligence, man, Strategic Thinking Media Platform, Complex Hip Hop Media Power Rankings Breakdown. Thank y'all for watching. Get in the comments, man. Let me know what's your favorite platform on this list. I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Peace.